Anyone's Legend, Flandre, and Shanks. Not the easiest CC setup for them, but if you do get into the backline with Alistair, and the Cyclone starting to go, I want to say. 11 years, was it, between energy release champions? Is that the case? Setup might get CC'd up here. Tarzan. Can he flash in for an E? This could be a little bit dicey, but sees Baytran around the corner. Does not want to commit. Summoner. Baytran, of course, setup could have flashed out potentially. No further fight there. Kyle wanting to roam up, but walks into a Bronchi instead. That could be a bit of an issue. Has to flash out. Yep, you have to. If you get stand up, lose all your HP. Baytran walking to Tarzan now. Shinzao, good duelist. On his own for now, Kyle could go for a flash combo into the Galleon. That's exactly what they're going to do. It's an exhaust, not an ignite, but it doesn't matter. Ashbrawn coming down into the play now, and the pass is starting to tick. Hope gets a fast bomb, doesn't get the end final kill, but Flandre is teleported early in, and it's an absolute bloodbath. 4 dead in the bot side jungle for TT, despite having the Ashbrawn, despite having the lane priority. Anyone's Legend. Issue, really. Tarzan going to take the Scuttle Crab. Grubs are alive. Dragon not actually being started. Could have dropped the aggro of that, I suppose. Feather. Oh, trying to get something onto 1xN. Slow combo. Boss Bomb's going to come through. The Corki being very bursty means that 1xN just goes down. TT misjudging the aggressive options of Anyone's Legend. Now Shanks has Flash, has Taunt. He could potentially look for an extended fight here. Goes in with a Justice Punch and gets himself a 2-man taunt onto the Braum and onto the Shinzao, forcing the flash out of the Shinzao and the life out of Feather. 1xN and Feather have not been able to impact this game as the Ash Braum. It's another death. Baytran loses his flash and then his life afterwards, a little bit delayed. The scoreline looking a bit like a reverse Brazil-Germany, 7-1, as Anyone's Legend have absolutely blown out this early game. Kyle can get himself a combo here, needs to get himself out of turret though, and will just do that. Hope needs to be a little careful there, as now Flandre takes the aggro. That tower's done 1,000,000 damage, and it doesn't even matter. Tower juggling, not necessary, but towards AP early, going towards that tank first item. Both of these guys are effectively adding like an extra 1.5k gold lead on top of what they already have. It's an insane amount of stuff. Kyle doesn't have himself a 6, but the Cyclone does. The Wukong clone was punted into 1xN. The Cyclone's going to get a little bit nasty as Baytran goes down. Flandre is doing a massive amount of damage. Yes, you do get 1 kill, but Flandre, the Gwen was so disgusting in the last game. It's so disgusting here too. Can't follow up for that extra Q. 6-0 and 2 though. Flandre, incredible performances from him today. This is ridiculous. Shanks with the 10-stack Dark Seal. Kill setup. So good at this point in the game. The earlier you get a Medjai's, the better it is. We have a fight in picture as we are watching the replayers. Hoya has to get himself out of the play. Oh my word, it just doesn't stop. It just does not end. Another kill onto Baytran. 0 and 4 in the jungle. Thunder Talk. What can you do at this point? They played for early fights and they've lost them soundly. Riftmaker comes in for Flandre. First item for Shanks won't be far behind either. He'll go back for the Hollow Radiance. Stopped with the needlework. Yeah, that's a problem. He doesn't have flash, does have an ultimate. Second needlework hits. Flandre is happy to just walk up and say, alright, I'll just cancel out your CC. Here comes the dive. Setup. No, Flash uses the ult, but he dies anyway. The ultimate of the Alistair makes a big difference, and it looks like the teleport on the other side of the map was cancelled out. Just cancelled out. Shanks must have got a taunt or an E onto him. So Hoya can't even return to try and pick up a wave under turret or anything like that. Anyone's Legend, another clean kill. Baytran, why are you here? Trying to go onto Flandre. He doesn't have the needlework now. Goes into the fray. Baytran goes for it again. Can he get himself the knockup? He's trying. The broad passive comes through, and they can't get the kills. They can't get anything. Another 2-0 to Anyone's Legend. They swing for the king, and they miss horribly. The teleport from Akali could have... I don't even know if it would have turned around much. He backs off from the lane, but he's within E and W range. Ult comes through from Akali after that point. He can't even get anything after that point. Even against a full armor. Galio, 1xN now on the turret. Has to flash away from the combo. Doesn't even take tower aggro because he doesn't do any damage to him. 1xN has to sit and weep. What do you do? What do you do? What more to be said? 13 minutes in. Clear of a 5k gold lead. Verging on 6. Baytran might even die here again, by the way. Needlework's coming up now. Flandre is so ridiculously strong. He's going towards Cosmic Drive second. Yeah, Braum getting some damage with that passive 3 back again. Baytron gets exhausted, and here comes the Galio. Here comes the Needlework as well, as a kill comes through onto the Alistar. A rare kill for TT, but they lose themselves their jungler and their support in trade. Setab has an ult in 10 seconds. Not sure he can do that much more on it. Setab might be able to get something onto Hope as he's stayed too long. What are you doing there, son? Public execution goes on to Shanks, who doesn't really give a damn. Bit of a fast and loose play here from Annual's Legend. So they do lose their AD carry as the ultimate of Setab comes through. What does the All Might does? He does a lot of them. Oh, flash combo in 1xN. No flash because he tried to avoid it the last time. Doesn't have it again now. Kyle, wonderful Alistar game from him. Baytron has to ult to wave clip as they shins out. That is how dire things are getting. Teleport to the other side of the map. Galio will collect that wave. I mean, TT trying to stem the bleed. Well, the bleeding's already happened, really. They've already been exsanguinated. One of my favorite words, by the way. It means your blood's been removed. They've been doing that through blunt force trauma. 4 grubs to 2, not the 6 grubs. It's not the easiest to take down the turrets, I suppose, as it could be, but... well, that's just a luxury they're missing. They've had too many others of them, I suppose. Who gets MVP? Built up for Cork. Yeah, you'll notice this a lot, by the way. If you get feats of strength, you can build towards swiftness boots instead of the other builds. Whether if you don't have feats of strength, I don't think it's worth going towards it. But if you get them hit, the amount of move speed you get is absolutely disgusting. But you do have to go into a Gwen with Flash and with W, so yeah, good luck with that. Tower taken in mid lane, Dragon taken, TT with no cross map. You know, 6,000 gold down, however much it is at this point. Too much. Too much indeed. Position when trying. Shanks, very safe to wave clear on his own here. That Sunfire Cape is, yeah. Sunfire Cape and Tabby means that you can't really do that much as the Ambassador. Yeah, you might be anti-tank at some point in the game, not at this point. Again, all right. So you have the Taunt. Anyone coming to help him? Look how tanky he is. He has Flash. Doesn't even need to blow it. Gets another Ground Slam. Here comes the Cyclone. Arrow onto Tarzan. But they have a Galio ult. Gets out of the play, and no one's dying. They get 1 kill onto Tarzan, but it is just not soon enough. The whole team disappears at the cost of 1 monkey, and Tarzan will pay his life gladly for that opportunity. It takes so long to get the kill. 24 kills in 18 minutes from AL. Push in towards that top side. I bet Shanks and Flandre are betting that they're wishing they had the Magi's at this point, aren't they? Would have gotten a couple of kills and assists on top of that. Thunder Talk. They try and look for A play, but who can they pick off? Obviously you can't pick off the Galio. They've just tried to show that. You can't pick off the Wukong without everyone else piling in. And the Gwen's untargetable too. There we go. Get stacking. Be well-read individuals. Welcome to the library of death. The earlier you get these items, the better they are. Riftmaker, Sunfire, Riftmaker, Cosmic Drive with a book on top of it. Well-read individuals. If you're in my Twitch chat, by the way, we have a Magi's emote for just situations like this. The extra move speed when you get to 10 stacks is already very painful. Oh, their setup's caught out. He's caught out, and he's dead anyway. The last auto, not flame spitter, Gatling gun ticks as well, maybe adding towards that. Sadly, no Metro stacks for the Galio and the Gwen. We're the only ones not involved in those kills. The tower goes down 20 minutes in. Yeah, this all's looking pretty done, isn't it? Galio pushing in towards that bot side, clearing out that wave. Gwen groped up there. They're gonna have to dive it through the inhibitor for it to hit. Hang on a second, that's a bit of a problem. He has his ult though, and he's punted Baytron back into the team. Here comes the Galio ult, and the needles start to fly. 2 dead, and Setup only just respawned. Hoya flashing in, gets the Alistair down, but he dies just as quickly as his prey. The stacks be stacking. The minions racing into the base. TT, can they even wave clear through this? I mean, maybe. The clone under turret from Wukong hitting the tower, helping that one out. Door lines are not okay. These books are not okay. Dragon goes down. There's an Infernal Dragon amping up that as well. Atakan likely to fall after this, and it's a Ruinous. That'll boost up the basic dragons they have. It'll boost up... yeah. Whole lot. Each of these giving some adaptive force and some extra experience. 15 to 13 in the mid lane matchup. 14 to 14 in the top lane is the closest it gets, really. Engage under the turret, and Setab ults backwards. Flandre has himself the W running. Doesn't pull the ultimate just yet, but Tarzan forces the issue. Not able to completely end up this fight. Taunt lands onto Hoya. No one's dying just now, though, right now. Kyle has himself a combo up off of cooldown again, but TT don't have the HP bars, really, to walk up to even tank that. A flash forward for the taunt doesn't quite land it, but it forces the flash out of base one. Turret falls. 2 inhibitors down in the base of TT. I think the game's going to be ending quite shortly, folks. Hoya teleports into the mid lane, looking to punish an overforce, tries to use the HP. This is their best chance they have, and it is so swiftly snatched away from them. Hoya, full HP, had 0 follow-up in anyone's legend, clutched out the defense. Clean, strategic play from anyone's legend, all on the same page. Quick reaction speed. Kyle goes in, has himself an ultimate if he wants to use it, and indeed he does. Hope jumps forward, the whole team jumps forward. Hope gets himself a double. As Shanks gets himself into the fray as well. So much armor. He can start tagging up the turret as well. The whole team's dead. Quadra kill for Hope to finish it off. Thunder Talk wiped off the Rift as anyone's legend, our finalists from Split 1, start things off in today very well. 2-0 from their 2 best of ones.